Okay guys, so when those brake lights are on, ABS lights, ABS light, brake light, and traction control yellow lights, warning lights are on, usually most of the time it's related to some kind of a brake fluid leak, either from a brake fluid master cylinder, brake lines, the hoses, or a brake caliper. In my case, I do see some brake fluid leaking from the brake caliper right here. So what I'm going to do is to replace the seals. I got the vehicle lifted up on jack stands and took the tire off. Next thing I'm going to do is there's two 14mm nuts that connect the brake caliper, hold it in one piece here. So there's the top 14mm and this is the bottom 14mm bolts here. Got them removed, and the brake caliper should come out right out. And in order to support it, because of the hose, I don't want to damage it, so I'm going to have to kind of support it with this wiring. The wire, we'll just have it hanging on this wire for now. And we don't really have to remove the brake pads for this job. So next what we're gonna do is squeeze these. Okay, so as you can see right here, get a closer view. This one has double cylinder, 2 cylinders, 2 pistons. It's a 7-seater SUV, the Highlander. So over here, it's got the seal out of place and it's cracked, it's leaking. So what I'm gonna do is, through pressing brakes, basically press the brakes a few times and push these 2 cylinders out. So I pressed the brakes, the brake about 10 to 12 times slowly, and now this cylinder is out. This is my first time trying to replace the seals, guys. I'm not really sure why this one wasn't pushed out. Maybe because there's no leaks coming from this one. So always use some kind of a pan or oil dripping bucket or something underneath, and it's got some oil brake fluid leaking. And to stop further brake fluid loss, using my vice grip plier and some paper automotive towel, I basically clamped it right there on the hose to stop further leaking of the brake fluid. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove this. Okay, let me put you to the side here. We'll go and remove the piston from that cylinder now. Okay. So this one here is the brand new replacement seal. This is a rubber boot, the boot seal. And then there's a second one, the seal ring, the O-ring that goes inside the cylinder. So first we're gonna have to remove the old seal boot, which is this one. We're gonna remove the old one. So the way to do it is we'll just take a flat blade screwdriver and I kind of started doing it already, and gently squeeze it in on one side and pry it out, pry it up, and it comes right out. This one here, guys, is the inner seal, that O-ring. So to remove that one, we'll just have to be gentle with this flat blade screwdriver, pry it out, and we don't want to scratch or damage the cylinder, even though it's made of metal. So we don't want to actually cause any further leaks trying to fix this. I'm just going to be slow and gentle with this one. Oops, dropped my screwdriver. That thing doesn't want to come out. Maybe I can use a little sharp tip, smaller one. Yeah, this vehicle is 2011, so it would be about 6-7 years old now. It's got 130,000 miles. Probably still the original brake calipers. Okay, the old seal is out now, so I'll just drop it in our oil pan. And the inside of that cylinder looks relatively clean. It's not super clean. Let me get some light. If you're curious to see, I'm curious to see. It is not super clean, so I'm just gonna go ahead and install the actually, I've seen 15-20-year-old vehicles that were much dirtier than this one. So what I'm gonna do is probably skip cleaning it since it's not too dirty. We'll go ahead and install the O-ring seal in it. And here's that new one. This was about $5 and change, $5 to $6. So for a pair, for one side. And let's go ahead and put that in there. Okay. We'll just use our fingers, our hand. We'll do this part by hand. I'm just checking the surroundings, making sure it's in place nicely all the way. Okay. Yeah, I've got a lint-free automotive towel. I'm just gonna wipe the inside with that once, since I put a few fingerprints and there's a little bit of oil mixed dust in there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so once I cleaned the inside of the cylinder, wiped it off with an automotive paper towel, lint-free. It's a bit cleaner now, dry. We're gonna go ahead and take this seal. This is that piston, cylinder piston. I wiped it off as well. And we'll take this boot and hold the, as you can see, the piston is not that dirty. It's still reusable. It's in good shape. We'll go ahead and install the rubber boot onto the cylinder piston, and just like that, snaps right in. Okay, so the next thing to do would be slide this in there. Actually, before we install it, we have to unscrew the bleeder, the cylinder, the brake caliper bleeder. That is, I'm going to show you, it is an 8mm bolt that is located right, this is the brake caliper, right on the back outside. It would be on top basically, but this is more of an upside down. So this is our bleeder. It's got 8mm bolt. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew that. A little bit hard to do with one hand as usual. Okay, we might get some fluid leakage. Just go ahead and actually, I'm gonna we'll just go ahead and remove it. Alright, that one's out, and now we can go ahead and install. Because of the fluid pressure and it's just so tight, we have to remove the bleeder, not the plug. And we'll just go ahead and okay, it's not gonna be as easy. We have to apply some pressure to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and try to push it with my ratchet, the handle. Okay, it doesn't want to go in there. So we may have to actually use a clamp. So I'll try to use a clamp on this one. What I'm gonna do is, while the bleeder plug is off, I'm gonna go ahead and press the brake a few times to release pressure to squeeze out the air in the hydraulic braking system inside the cylinder there. So this should start popping right out, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and do that now. Well, guys, while the bleeder is out, the cylinder is not going to come out since it's releasing that pressure through the bleeder. I'm already feeling a change in the braking, how it feels. The brake pedal is not as soft as it was before, so I think we may have fixed the problem, hopefully. I'm gonna go ahead and press the brake another 5-6 times. Okay guys, I did that. The piston and the cylinder, the piston is intact. As you can see, it is where it was before. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bleeder plug back in. And tighten the bleeder plug and press the brake again. This time, in theory, the piston should be coming out. I'm just tightening that 8mm bleeder plug. Alright, it's tight in place. I'm gonna go ahead and press the brake another maybe 3-4 times to push that piston out. Okay, I pressed the brakes 3 times, no change so far. Let me try it again. I see what the problem is. And this is first job with braking. Forgot to remove my vice grip from the hose line. Okay guys, sorry about that. I had my vice grip right here clamped. So now we're gonna go ahead and press the brake about 3-4 times to see. So using my 4-inch clamp, this manual one, while the bleeder plug was out, I squeezed both the pistons on the brake caliper and put it back together, tightened the two 14mm nuts, and put the wheel back on the vehicle, tightened the lug nuts, lowered the vehicle, and I start the vehicle, but the lights are still there, guys. So what I did is the usual standard procedure of unplugging the battery terminals. So I just went ahead and unplugged the negative. I'm going to walk inside the driver's seat and get in the vehicle now. So I disconnected the battery terminal negative one for about 10 minutes, and I connected it again, and we're successful now. So I'm going to switch the ignition on, not starting the vehicle yet. And as you can see with the ignition switch on, all these lights are on, and that's normal. So I'm going to go ahead and also fasten my seatbelt to eliminate extra blinking lights. So I'm going to go ahead and start the vehicle, guys. This is a hybrid. It's very quiet. It's a push button start also, so it's very quiet. No key ignition. The engine kicked in. That ready right there means the engine is on. As you can see here, there's no other lights, no brake light, no ABS light, no traction control, no exclamation light, the exclamation mark light. So there's like 4 or 5 lights on, and also the exclamation mark up top center was on before. It comes on when the door is open, but before it was on with the door shut as well. So guys, for demonstration, I'm going to shut it off and start it again. Okay, ignition, engine off. I'm going to start the engine, start the car again. Okay, the engine is actually on now. When it says ready, it's good to drive. Electric motors were on. Now the gas engine kicked in. So basically the lights are off, guys. So next time you have a brake light and ABS light comes on, take it seriously, be safe, be careful, don't keep driving, and don't ignore it. So if you've got a brake caliper leak like that, just replace the seal. If you can't do the job, you can take it to a mechanic. They might do it anywhere from $150 to $200, more or less. I'm not sure what the cost of it is. So we fixed the job, fixed the problem, and it's been a successful mechanical job. So thanks for watching, guys. Good luck to you, and questions or comments, leave them below. If this video was helpful to you, hit thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe for more. There will be more videos coming about Toyota vehicles, Toyota Highlander, RAV4, and Corolla, and others as well. And this is a work in progress with this one, so there will be more to come. Thank you and take care.